everybody! Welcome to this episode of Talking XP, where we're going to be doing a one-shot playing SAGAS, which is the setting and genre agnostic system, which was created by this person right over here, Dennis, the okayest DM. We're going to be doing the Avatar: The Last Airbender universe. It's going to be a very interesting one-shot, and it's going to be... You want to stick to the end because it's going to be great. We already know there's going to be something great at the end, so you want to stick around. Anyways, yeah, I'm kind of in the middle. Let's go around the table and introduce each other. We'll start with Dennis, because you're the one leading us through this. And it's your system.
I am? A little bit.
So.
No.
Wait, who am I? Why am I here? Hi, I'm Dennis. I run the okayest DM YouTube channel where I make mistakes running games so you don't have to. I'm going to mistake my way through this entire night, and it's going to be amazing. Like Johnny said, I am in the middle of developing SAGAS, which we are playing tonight. You can download your copy on DriveThruRPG. The version 0.7 beta playtest is free, and even in the final iteration, the basic core rules are going to be free. It's only 30. It's less than 40 pages, and has worked with literally every single system we've tried. We've done Pokemon in the post-apocalypse. We've done Fallout. We've done like the Great Mouse Detective. That was amazing. It was fantastic. Every single time I play this game, it's going to be amazing, and especially tonight, I'm so excited.
This one is going to be so good. I'm stoked. If you would like to try and get a nice copy of SAGAS for yourself, there is a link in the chat, and then whenever this gets released on recording, it'll be in the description. But besides that, let's go over to Juli.
What is up, everybody? My name is Juli, or Juli CL. I am a tabletop game streamer, a voice actor, regular actor, award-winning fantasy writer. I do many things, but tonight I will be repping waterbending in our party as Laya of the River. And I don't know how much we're supposed to be talking about characters, but I'm really excited for this character build that was able to be put together thanks to the skill-focused system of SAGAS. I hope you all enjoy it.
Cool. I am no longer muted. I don't know why the hell that happened, because I was talking in the very beginning and then it just muted out of nowhere. Not all of it. It sounds like at the end of whatever the fuck I was saying before. So,
Whoops.
Yeah, this is Juli.
Sorry, I barreled ahead. I was like, Johnny, stop talking.
Yeah,
it's
that's
my turn now.
Mm-hmm. I'm going to have to keep my fucking eye on you. All right.
Mute gods have been appeased.
Yeah, so now we're going to go over to Steve.
Yeah. Hey, everyone. My name is Steve Wen. Pronouns are he, him. I am one of the co-hosts on Asian Represent, where it's about Asian representation in tabletop RPGs and other media and play spaces. I'm so happy to be here. This is my second time kind of in SAGAS, and I am so jazzed to be here. I'm going to be playing a non-bending healer named Song. So we're going to see how that goes. Again, I'm really excited because I'm a healer with no, like, magic/bending, so we'll see how that goes. I'm pumped to see where this goes.
Yeah. All right, and then we're gonna go over to Devan. Everybody should know Devan if you're here from Talking XP.
I am part of the Talking XP cast. I play Sorsha. Today I am going to be playing Emmy, the earthbending granny, giving everybody casseroles. I'm pretty excited to play her. And I don't really have anything extra to say, because if you've been here, you know who I am.
Yep. Cool. And then finally, but not leastly, David, please introduce yourself.
Hey guys, I'm David. I'm Devan's partner, longtime DMer. Haven't played too many games in the past, but I'm just happy to be here. I'm playing Roshi, an earthbender who's also trained in chi blocking, so should be some cool mechanics with that, and I'm super pumped to see where this goes.
Cool. And
I love
with
him so much.
and with that, we have introduced everybody, so I will bring it back over to you, Dennis.
No pressure.
No. You got this.
You got
All
this.
right.
You got this.
So, let's begin our story. The Siege of Ba Sing Se. 599 days and nights. It has been over a year and a half since the first flaming boulders were flung over the outer wall of Ba Sing Se, destroying farmhouses and setting crops ablaze. No city has yet to withstand a full assault from the Fire Nation, and it is beginning to look like Ba Sing Se is no exception. The lower ring of the city is facing a severe food shortage, and the land close to the outer wall has long since been evacuated. Here, in this war zone, near the base of the wall, you can hear the constant pounding of boulders as they smash into the great city's outermost defense, and the grinding of rock as the exhausted earthbenders within the wall constantly repair it. The air vibrates with each explosive impact, and it is perpetually choked with smoke and dust. This is not a place for wandering children and sophomoric jokes. This is war. A large green canvas tent is the closest structure to the wall on the inside. A medical tent, where the truly brave come to give of themselves to defend their home. It is not an official outpost and is not sanctioned by either the generals or the Dai Li. The sun rises on the morning of the 600th day. Its rays pierce through the clouds of dust and illuminate the tent's only guard. It is surprising to see this person here, in the middle of a battle between Fire Nation and Earth Kingdom. Juli, please describe for us what Laya looks like this morning.
Laya probably towers over a lot of the people of Ba Sing Se. She's pushing 6 foot at the very least. Long black hair, light brown skin. For her outfit, if you look up a lot of traditional Cebuano outfits in the Philippines, she's got like a red headband, very colorful pants, and a very simple black tank on top. But perhaps most notably is that she has a big barrel of water strapped to her back. Absolutely huge, probably holding at the very least maybe a dozen gallons. And she's just eyeing the horizon, because whatever's going on in this tent is the most important thing in this field of battle for her.
On the horizon, you do see a figure approaching, and immediately you recognize her. It's the woman that owns this land that the tent is on, and she's coming carrying breakfast. Devan, please describe what Emmy looks like.
Well, Emmy's kind of a little stout old lady. She's got silver hair and a high bun. She wears like nice earthy green dress, and she wears an apron that's just covered in flour, even though she probably hasn't made anything that involves flour, like bread, in like years, but there's just perpetual flour kind of all over her. She's got a very warm set of eyes and smile, and she's carrying a tater tot hot dish. Is anyone hungry?
I'm so hungry. Oh my god, I was waiting for so long.
And then she like gives the whole dish to Laya and then just whips out another one from her bag. All right, who's next?
Done in seconds, but I know that other people need to eat too.
Hater bending.
Yeah. Eater bending.
So good.
And I'm just gonna start serving whoever, like, I'll put it in hands. I'll, like, whoever, you don't even need a utensil, just put her in your hand. She'll just give you a scoop.
The two of you enter the tent together, and inside there are dozens of cots. Most of them are empty. Some have wounded soldiers. All are stained brown with old, dried blood. The soldiers are a near equal mix of both Fire Nation and Earth Kingdom allegiances, all of them too injured and tired to continue the fight. There are 2 people in this tent bustling around the soldiers. The first of them is a kid, maybe 18 years old, running around. Looks like he doesn't really know what he's doing. He's just kind of following the instructions he was given, changing water, helping out with some bandages, making sure that the soldiers are not thirsty. And the other one, well, Steve, I'll let you describe what Song looks like.
If I must. Song is a handsome-looking younger gentleman with perfectly parted hair right down the center of the skull. Currently wearing a sleeveless tunic with a mandarin collar, a rich green earthy color, though clearly sporting some other fashion of other cultures, including some of the well-tailored pants and shoes that a Fire Nation citizen might be wearing. But in addition, some of the furs and accoutrement and jewelry of maybe a water tribe. And currently, Song is over top of a patient. Cool, collected, arms crossed, looking down through glasses that are round with no frames. This particular person is a Fire Nation combatant. Or sorry, an Earth Nation combatant with severe burns all over their chest. And Song is looking to nurses and whatnot, and they have trays of fishes in them. And Song bends over and smells one and says, "Ma'am, when I said fresh fish, did that mean something else to you? Did you think I meant whatever fish you could find at market? When I say fresh fish, I mean fresh fish. Or would you just prefer this soldier die on this cot?"
I'm sorry, sir. There's
I don't want excuses. I want fresh fish. I don't
He
know how
wants
much.
fresh fish.
Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am. And she scurries away carrying the tray of fish, stops at the edge of the tent, looks around, sets the tray down, and then scurries out of the flat.
And Song looks to Laya, and there's a moment of connection. Maybe a moment of weakness before Song is back to arms crossed, looking around, seeing what else needs attention right here, right now.
Now, dear, you have been going for quite some time. I think you need some food.
It would likely be wise. However,
A bite. At least one. Then you may go.
Emmy. And Song kind of like does that sheepish like lean forward so like a little bit of food can be like placed into his mouth because his hands are covered.
Oh yeah, I'll spoon feed him. No problem.
Yeah,
Love it.
2 mouthfuls and yeah.
And I'll pat him on the cheek. That's a good boy. Go on.
Recognizing that Song is a little bit embarrassed, I say, nobody is allowed to watch the doctor eat to make sure that no attention is drawn to him.
A couple of soldiers groan and just like roll over slightly in the cot.
Thank you.
Now, back to work. Much to do. Much to do.
As the doctor bustles around healing those that need it, and Emmy goes around feeding those that need it, and Laya goes around being there.
Always there.
Watching those who need it. The tent flap opens and 2 new people arrive inside. One of them is carrying the other. The one that is conscious and moving around is Roshi. David, please describe what your character looks like.
Also, thank you for the donation. Woo! Thank you, Erica. Woo!
Erica.
So Roshi is a good bit shorter than average, maybe like 5'2", 5'3", with sharp, angular features, and decked out in the full Dai Li uniform. So the conical hat, dark green and black robes with gold trim, and the big earthbending seal right on the chest, or the Ba Sing Se seal, and a long black braid down his back.
And the person you are carrying, Jonny, if you'll please describe what your unconscious character looks like.
Yeah. Currently, I am pretty much thrown over the shoulder of Roshi. You can see that what usually would be a like a top knot on the top of his head is now kind of, you see the hair is like splayed out. His face is just completely covered in blood. You can see that there are multiple points around his body that are already starting to bruise. He is wearing a Fire Nation's officer's uniform, and he is, again, currently unconscious on the shoulders of Roshi.
Make way. Make way. This is a high-value individual. He needs attention, medical attention, right now. And he just sort of, like, heaves Lieutenant off his shoulder and lays him down on one of the cots and looks around for whoever's in charge here. And spots eyes on Song and says, You, we've already had trouble with you. Help this man now. Help.
One moment, please. And Song looks over slowly with purpose towards a nurse and says, this patient here with the burns, until the fish arrives, you are to clean the wounds and gently dab away any pus that forms.
Roshi comes over and lays a hand on Song's shoulder and tries to pull him around to look at him.
Oh, I don't like that at all. It's a shoulder.
We're rolling initiative already. Let's go.
Let's do it.
We're getting the train of shoulders, and then all of a sudden Emmy comes in with a hand up. No.
As you place your hand on Song's shoulder, immediately you feel two different hands on each of yours, Roshi.
Mm-hmm. I just turn around and stare daggers up at Laya.
He'll be there in a second. Don't worry. I'll make sure the firebender won't.
If this one dies, it's on your head. And he has to like look way up at Laya.
It's on whatever you can reach. Self-life.
Roshi storms off to a nearby spot to sit down and wait. Just plops down right on the ground, staring at Song.
So Song continues, explaining to a nurse, we're cleaning wounds until the fishkin comes back, at which point Song will be removing the fish skin and laying it on as an artificial prosthetic skin. But until that time, he'll be attending to our very important guest. And with an arrogant smirk, Song looks to Laya, looks to Emmy, and then approaches Roshi. Well, your officer, it looks like, is clearly injured. Looks unconscious, otherwise I'd assume he'd be flapping his mouth going to an Earth Kingdom tent. So what happened?
There was a heavy skirmish up on the walls. The Fire Nation soldiers began to siege and scale the walls, and I was there, and I took him down, but we needed to bring him in alive, and I got a little carried away.
Right. Song goes over to the officer and does a cursory look. The most urgent thing here, like, is your liver exploding? Is your face like off, like in that movie, Face Off? Like,
I would think that, I mean, you would see that there's a lot of like debris type, like really small cuts all around his body from like sharper, smaller rocks that they were shooting. As well as the fact that most of the things that you are looking at on the body, you're probably more concerned with like internal bleeding from all of the giant boulders that are getting thrown at him. Like I said, you could see that there are already bruises all around his body right now, and currently his armor is on. So if you were to take off part of the armor and kind of do an examination, you would see that there are large patches of bruises all over his torso, which then would lead you to believe that that is probably what's affecting him the most.
Gotcha. Yeah, so Song is going to go through by the books. There's like, maybe like as the camera pans, there's like several like paper scrolls and whatnot of just instructions that are all handwritten. And with the help of several nurses, we begin to undress the officer, pulling off layer of armor, cradling the neck, double checking that the bones are still set, checking for any fluids, and placing an ear to the core, listening for fluids or gases where they shouldn't be, pressing firmly and sometimes gently onto areas to see if maybe an organ has maybe burst or has become hemorrhaged in that way, and just generally going by the book here.
Please make a check to determine
Awesome.
the officer's medical state.
So, not knowing how urgent this could be, despite the kind of calm, cool nature, Song knows that sometimes, you just can't see it. So I'm gonna make a paramedic check. I'm gonna apply like actual like first aid right now. So I'm gonna roll not a D10 but a D8 for this one. You'll assign me a difficulty, but this will only take me 1 minute because I'm so well trained in this. And I'm looking for low numbers. And I got a 2.
Ooh,
It's pretty good.
it's pretty good.
Your expertise and knowledge and experience in this field, in this specific tent over the last year and a half, really pays off. Immediately you can tell that fortunately there are no broken bones. It looks like he may have a concussion, judging by the welt on the side of his head and the blood caking in the hair. You don't notice any internal bleeding, and it looks like this officer really got lucky, because you can see, you start counting the bruises and you lose count around like 30 or 40.
Let's see. It was Roshi then?
Yes,
I have some
Roshi.
terrible news. This patient is not long for this world. Maybe an hour or so. I need to know everything that you know about this officer if I'm to save their life.
He kind of looks around, kind of checking who's listening, and says, "This is the general's son. This is Liu Ten. You have to do everything that you can to save him. We cannot lose him. He is a valuable asset that we can use in leverage for this war."
I had no idea. And with whispered tones, Song continues. And the Dai Li, what did the Dai Li plan to do with him? Take him back to the castle?
The intention, yes, was to take him back and use him as blackmail against General Iroh to potentially sway some of the some gain here in the war. Maybe we can have some ground, but if he can't move, we can't risk him dying.
I see. Well, it would be a miracle to save his life at this point, unless the capital were to send me 10,000 pounds of grain, 100 pounds of grain, bandages as I need, and of course the float to pay all of my officers to make sure that they're well off for the rest of their lives. We are talking about round-the-clock care. Can you give me your word we can have that?
This is a war. I can't make promises like that. We're already spread so thin.
You are the Dai Li.
Look, I'll do what I can. All right. I'll speak to my commanding officer, but
And I have your
can't
word on
promise
that?
anything. Yes, you have my word.
Okay, great. Yeah, he has a concussion. He's fine. I mean, like, he's not gonna move for probably a week or so, but he just got knocked on the head really badly. We'll make sure he's well fed and all that kind of things, but we do actually need that money and those supplies. So now that we're done here, I would ask that you make yourself useful.
Who are you to be giving me orders? If anything, I should be telling you what to do.
This is the guy who's gonna save your whole godforsaken city.
Are you hungry?
Startles, looks over at Emmy. I mean, and smells the amazing aroma coming up from the pan. And is that Emmy's famous tater tot hot dish?
Sure is. Come on, I'm gonna sweet talk him into coming to sit down so that all of this ends.
Immediately distracted by the food, forgets to even be angry about the negotiations that Song just swindled him with, and goes to have a delicious hot meal.
The meal, unfortunately, is short-lived as Luten splutters back to consciousness.
And you see just fire erupt from his hands as he's looking around, trying to see who is here, seeing that there is already Fire Nation soldiers here, as well as Earth Nation. You can see that he's going through a whole bunch of thoughts all at the same time. He's thinking, am I captured? Are we in a neutral zone? But there is no neutral zone. Where am I? And he starts like looking around outside of the tent, trying to see exactly where he is. And when he finally realizes that he is within Ba Sing Se, he is going to just begin backing up towards the wall so that nobody's behind him, and just looking back towards everybody. And he knows that he can be easily beat if he's here and trying to do something. So he'll just look around.
Yeah,
On
Roshi's
his
already
feet in a fighting stance. What do the rest of you do?
Roshi's already dropped the bowl, stood up, and is taking a stance as well, and started edging his way towards him.
You.
From the...
I remember you. Keep away from me.
Take it easy, okay? I don't want to have to hurt you again.
Where am I?
You're inside the walls. I took you to get healed. Okay? We're keeping you alive, but you're not free to go.
Okay. You're not free to go because you have a concussion. You're really hurt, as you probably intimately know. So, I am Song, and I'm taking care of you. So if you could very kindly get back into bed and try to relax. You're not in any danger. I'm here to help you. We are here to help you.
You can see that the fire is starting to dampen a little. But he's still in a fighting stance, like, okay, maybe I'm not in danger. When can I go back out? Oh.
I'm gonna... Oh, sorry, I muted myself. I'm gonna waddle in between everyone and just be like, put my hands on my hip. Okay. There's no fighting here. Absolutely not. Now you get in bed. I'll give you some food. Let my people... I look at the doctor and be like, his people help you. This is a safe place. Okay? Okay. I'm gonna go get you some food.
Taken aback by this older woman just coming up and telling me what to do. I think he just like... So then, why am I here? Why did you save me?
We know who you are, Lieutenant. And
Figures. Gonna keep me as a prisoner, then?
the value
have
of
you
your
know.
head. Go ahead.
If you keep me as a prisoner, my father will not stop until that wall is broken and I am back with him. So take that into consideration.
Roshi has a point. He's clearly a prisoner. He's shackled to that bed with armed guards all around him. We're behind bars. Clearly, he is a prisoner here with no way of escaping this canvas tent.
I've heard what you guys do. I've heard you're able to create these shackles that nobody can see and bringing them through the city of Ba Sing Se, parading them around as if they're some animals. I know what you guys do. Don't try to trick me into this bullshit that you have. Oh yeah, it's also not rated G.
So then, your choice, officer. Take your broken body and concussion, walk out that tent flap, try to make it to your troops past a wall, or sit down, let me take a look at you, and then maybe get a meal out of it. You could always change your mind later, but I'm telling you right now, these are kind of your only two options.
He just looks out the tent, seeing the giant wall and all of the earthbenders there.
You
He holds
also,
onto the side of his ribs.
note, you look inside the tent, and everyone inside the tent, all of these characters are staring you down. Behind them, every single wounded soldier is awake and staring as well. All the Fire Nation, all the Earth Kingdom. And they're starting to stare down each other.
I'm going to look to Song, since Song seems to be the person that is in charge here. I have your word. They're safe.
I've taken an oath that extends past borders. So long as you're in my care, you'll be safe. So long as anyone is in my care, they'll be safe. That is my word and my bond.
Fine. And then he's going to walk past Roshi. He'll shoulder check Roshi as he's walking by. If that happens, if you're close enough, he'll walk by shoulder checking and then walk towards where the firebending group is and just take a seat with them.
Roshi takes it, in stride and says under his breath, safe place. No place is safe with this Fire Nation scum around.
Laya had a similar thought process, and I think kind of off to the side of the camera, at some point she had yanked the spigot out of the water barrel in her back so that there was like a hole for water to potentially come out of, but at some point she had slipped it back in, as it seems like the threat has been neutralized. And I look over to Song and say, "You're good with your hands and good with your words, Doctor. I think the city would be lost without you."
You only call me doctor when you're worried. What's on your mind?
Well, we potentially have an explosive individual in our tent, and I only have 2 eyes. And if they're not pointed directly at him, are you not scared?
I have a good feeling about this one. Call it doctor's intuition. He's not a threat.
All right. I trust you, and it's my job to make sure you're not worried. So anything you're worried about, just point me in the direction, and I'll squash it flat, or bring it over to you, or do less aggressive ways of solving the problem.
Song smiles, like a genuine anime smile, like where the lighting changes and stuff, and places a hand on Laya's shoulder. And then the camera changes and it's back to being strong, arrogant, shiny glasses, push those up before heading back towards the scene.
As that conversation ends, both of you take a look at the person you were talking about as being an explosive individual. And I have to ask each of you in turn, were you talking about Lu Ten, or were you talking about Roshi?
I think Laya was talking about Lu-10. I think to Laya, Roshi is closer to a prick than a threat. She just doesn't like the dilate.
No, it does.
Song also does not have much love lost for the Daily here. Definitely talking about Lieutenant.
Okay.
You look in opposite directions.
I imagine that Lu-10, as he's walking over towards, as he's sitting next to the rest of the Fire Nation, if you look over, you can see that they're kind of talking amongst themselves, and you would see that he's like looking towards everybody in like a cautionary yet maybe aggressive manner, planning manner. And then I imagine that there are also some earth bending or Bossing Say soldiers that are nearby that strike up a conversation. And you can see that like they're taken aback.
I think Lieutenant, while you're kind of doing your soldier thing, right? Doing your Mission Impossible, like checking out the scene. Song has pulled over with another nurse, like a set of glass cups, and like a cotton swab, and like a jar full of like clear liquid alcohol. And there's like a very small like crucible with fire in it. Laya, this is one that needs your expertise, actually.
You sure, Doc? I feel like I can only do, well, if you're here to guide my hand, I'll believe in myself too.
Bend the alcohol, apply a very thin layer to the inside of the cups. And as Song says that, sets the cotton alcohol soaked swab on fire, so like it's a very, very small medical torch.
Laya takes a deep breath, and as one of her skills provided by the SAGAS genre agnostic TTRPG system, she has the ability control water. Rank 4, meaning she can control up to 10 gallons of water at a time. So in this case, she is going to attempt to bend the alcohol out of the water. Her water bending motions act like she's kind of chopping through the air a little bit, trying to inspire it based on the Filipino martial art arnis to try and get the water out of there. I don't know if a roll is needed.
I think since this is a more delicate procedure than you're used to, yeah, a roll is going to be needed.
Let's do it.
Difficulty, you're going to need a 4 or lower.
Wonderful. Now, for both myself and the audience, will I be rolling a d10 for this check?
If your character sheet doesn't give you any other bonuses to this check, then yes, it is a D10.
If you're
Very well.
rank 4, I think you're a D8?
According to Control Water, I have a D8 when I'm attacking with ice.
Got it.
I believe otherwise it would be a D10 even with Control Water because it doesn't specifically say you get a D8 to water checks or anything like that.
Right.
So, fairly difficult. I want to roll below a 4, right?
4 or
4
below.
or lower.
Yeah.
Roger that. And would you look at that? 5, sorry.
Oh, no!
Oh.
You got me on that one.
So I know I should have declared it first, but Laya, this is you're in training. This is difficult for you. I've given you a task I know you can't do. You are my sidekick, though. I would love to spend one effort to help you.
Normally this would cost 2, but Song has the talent Sidekick, which allows Song to help Laya specifically for less effort than normal.
Yeah. Breathe. The alcohol is just water, just different. Feel it, respect it. Mind, breath, execute.
Not afraid of the alcohol or the water within it. I'm afraid that I'll break something that is important to you right now.
And yet I'm not afraid.
I roll worse. Fuck! This isn't PG, so I can say that.
Yep.
Yep.
The alcohol, Song, you asked for just a thin coating around the inside of the cups. The cups are now all half full of alcohol.
It's okay. Mistakes happen, and this is an easy one to fix. And Song dumps out the alcohol. So there's a thin layer of alcohol inside, swabs them, and Lieutenant, as you're like doing your like soldier thing, like a thin layer of like massage oil goes on your back, and then a cup on your back that adds like a bit of heat, and then like a quick kind of suction. It's like a massage. It doesn't give up. And Song continues to cup Lieutenant's back to help kind of release some flow here. Let some of the toxins come out. But mostly, regardless of the medical thing here, take your mind off this. You are clearly too stressed. Focus on the cupping. Don't focus on these people.
As you're coming up, I'm imagining like you've already done this to the other firebending Fire Nation soldiers. And I'm imagining like this turning starting to happen where the Fire Nation soldiers are just like, yeah, no, you need to do this. You need to do this. And like Lieutenant was not trusting at first and said no, but then they were like, no, do it.
Yeah.
It's great. And so he finally gives in. And then as you're putting the cups on, so what? It's just peaceful here?
Peaceful? No.
Outside of us?
There is no peace here. We're at war. There is no dissolution here. We know we are on the precipice of death. But this is a healing tent. And through the goodwill of people, they give me space to do my work. Just like you're giving me the space to provide this treatment. Which, by the way, is actually a technique I learned from a very small rural village in the Fire Nation. But I'm sure you knew that.
He's just silent. And then like he'll shake his head. Or nod his head rather. And then he'll just go back down.
Talking is not a good use of your energy at this moment. So you just need to listen. But this war is taking a toll on you more than just physical, I think. I get a feel that you're wearing a mask. And I feel that it's weighing on you. Everyone wears a mask. At some point. I think it's up to us to decide what that mask looks like. And to whom we take it off to. At least that's what my books say. It's part of being having good bedside manners. Well, you're nearly done here. These will stay on for another hour or so. Then I'll be back to remove them. Apply a little bit more oil to your back. You'll have these, I call them funny spots in your back for a day or two, and then they'll subside. Of course, anyone who is aware of the process, like those villagers, they'll know what that is. But if you need to explain, let them know it's medicine. Now, if you excuse me. And Song has seen that one of the nurses has come back with actually fresh fish this time.
But it's not like the best fish. It's like a bag of like 4 minnows.
As you're walking away, he just turns, not grabbing like in like a get the fuck, but like grabbing is in like a hold on, He retracts his hand. Thank you.
You are welcome. Song takes a moment to look to Roshi, to read Roshi's expression here. What's going on? Would you like me
What has
to?
Roshi been doing?
Would you like me to
during
roll
this?
to inform what's going on here?
No, Roshi's definitely been like nearby enough to kind of eavesdrop. This is still, his prisoner, but he knows that he's outnumbered by Laya and, Song, being opposing to him. So he's stepped back a bit, but he's just been staring daggers down at Lieutenant. The prejudice that he holds against him and his people for all of his fallen comrades, and looking around, he sees all of the earthbenders that are also in this camp, and he internally or externally spits on the ground at the thought of the close proximity of Fire Nation soldiers and Earth Kingdom soldiers.
Song makes nothing of it. Okay.
All right.
What has Emmy been doing?
Actually, I'm pretty sure that Song would know that I'm there, but while he's talking to Lu Ten, I'm a very quiet walker despite my age, and I'm just on the other side of Lu Ten, just sitting down watching this interaction. And I'd like for him not to notice me until he like moves his head or something, and then I want to see if I startle him or not.
I imagine just like The Office when Dwight just finally fuck and like
Yeah,
Angela's right there. So like he's turned towards Song as he's walking away, turns back around to lay down, and there's Emmy like, Jesus. Hi.
Hi. Rest?
Yes. What are you doing here?
I live here.
Kind of looks at the tent here.
No, this is my land. I let them use it for the hospital.
And what, you're just welcoming Fire Nation soldiers?
They're people and they're in need, and Song asked for help.
Out of the goodness of your heart.
Well, I'm too old to actually have a heart probably at this point, but nothing else better to do, and he's a good soul, and I don't think Fire Nation people are bad. Earth Nation isn't so bad either, is it?
Can I ask you something?
Yeah.
Is Ba Sing Se a police state where if you talk against your leader, you're assassinated or worse?
No. Not that I've noticed. But I guess it depends on who's ruling at the time. I think right now we're pretty okay. And I've seen my fair share.
And what? You just, this is your land. It's not taken over. You're not forced to sow this land that you own under the tyrannical rule of your leader.
No. Not that I would let them. Should see me with a frying pan. Song was right, though. That mess gets pretty heavy, huh?
You have no idea.
You know what would help? Some tater tot hot dish. I'll go get you a bowl. You lay down, and I'll get you some food. Make you feel right as rain. Also helps with the thinking. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm gonna be doing a lot of that.
Good. Gotta use your brain for something else other than just fighting and all of that. Yeah. She scurries
just-
away.
He just gets up, and then he doesn't like get up. He just sits up next to all the Fire Nation people and just starts talking to them about their experience since they've been here, trying to like gather more intel because things aren't adding up.
The first person you talk to is a younger soldier, not yet 20. He introduced himself. My prince, my name's John.
John, how long have you been here?
2 days?
2 days, and they haven't tortured you.
This is the most comfort I've been in since we came here. I mean, minus the broken arm.
But this doesn't make any sense. And then he looks over to the next one. And you? How long have you been here?
This is my 5th day.
And the next one.
This morning, sir.
Roshi will see, as you are staring daggers towards Luten, that Luten is starting to... You see flames beginning to come up off of him as he stands up. And he says, "This doesn't make sense!" And then he shoots out a firebolt into the side of the tent, like the canvas part of the tent. And then he's going to just kind of walk off. If he's allowed to.
No, I think as soon as I see Luten start bending, I'm gonna immediately bust out with the stone gauntlets and attempt to restrain Luten.
Okay.
What would I need to roll?
I think you'd roll your control Earth.
I think I actually have magical rope. Rope of ripping, which I was sort of subbing in as stone.
Oh, yeah.
So for that, I would get to roll a D8. Lightweight and strong. Checks made using this magical gauntlets may use a D8. It tightens knots on its own and retains friction even when wet. So, what would the check be, Mr. GM?
That's the cool thing about Sagas, is it just is a check. And if you have anything on your sheet that could apply, it does.
So, but do I have
in
to
this
get to a
case,
certain...
it would be... for difficulty.
Yeah.
Do
I'm gonna
I
make
just
this
do
a
like a
contested
fast
check.
reflexes check?
This is going to be... no, this is going to be an avoid check. Like
Avoid check.
like it's an attack, basically.
Got it. Okay. Yep.
Okay.
All right. So then I have a D8 as well.
4.
2.
Ooh. Not quick
The
enough.
So-
as the fire is launched towards the side of the tent, immediately it just dissipates against the side of the canvas, doing absolutely nothing. But the stones that get shot towards you as Roshi tries to restrain you, the glove hands sort of come apart and they miss and go through the tent, just puncturing little holes into it. Immediately they come right back and re-glove your hands, Roshi.
So the side of the tent, when I shot that fire, did it create like a hole? Because that's what I was intending to do.
You're surprised that it doesn't. It looks like normal fabric, but
Interesting.
everything just like dissipates. No energy gets left behind.
Interesting.
Make a check to see if you can find out why.
I think.
This would be like a world lore kind of thing.
Yeah. Yeah, no, not power affinity. Yeah, probably D12 then.
D10 for like the default.
Oh, default is D10? Okay.
Default is D10. D12,
D12
is
if
you
you're
have
a
something holding
special
you
little
back.
guy who sucks at it.
Got it. Yeah, I rolled a 10 on that one, so that would have been bad. I rolled a 1 on this one.
Ooh.
That's actually perfect. Even though you don't know anything about fabric, how it's made, special materials, you know some special materials that are meant to diffuse fire, and you know that they exist, but you've never seen a fabric one before. But in the spot where you hit it, you can see, you take a closer look, squinting at the canvas, and you see a pattern arise. And immediately, it's a pattern you recognize. You have seen this pattern many times in your teachings from your father, Iroh. And you recognize little white lotus tiles from Pai Sho scattered across the entire inside. Just very slightly off shade, almost like you. There's a reason you didn't notice it until you looked.
I think that takes him even more aback from all of the things surrounding him. So as the stone gauntlets pass him and he sees this, he just drops his hands and stares. I'm sorry. And then he'll go back and he'll just go sit down.
Could I maybe interject like a is it possible that like maybe another platoon of earthbending soldiers would be getting ushered into the tent right now for, casualties?
Yeah. Another 3 or 4 soldiers come in, wounded, carrying the more wounded.
And in all the hustle and bustle, Roshi kind of gets pushed to the same edge of the room as Luten, and he looks down at him and he says, "Look, Ashmaker, your people come and they uproot our way of life. They infiltrate our lands, destroy our peace. This is what your people bring: blood and destruction."
No. We bring peace and prosperity. This is all wrong. This can't be what it is.
For once, Laya, agreeing with the sentiment that Roshi is expressing, will speak up and say, speaking as somebody from a nomadic people, when you try to unite everybody under one banner, there's going to be casualties. When you try to enforce borders that weren't there before, this ideology that you follow, if you ask me, somebody who's seen a lot of lives that even the smartest man I know couldn't save, I think your ideology is a load of moose bullshit.
I think moose bullshit is a great combine, like a moose bull.
That's what I was just getting. Yeah, that's what I was just saying. I was like, moose
And they have
bullshit.
too long
terrible
to get
turns.
that.
I was
They
like,
have terrible
perfect.
turns, surely.
Oh, perfect. You stunned us for like a good, like, what was that, 30 seconds of just like silence of like, yeah, no, A+.
Yep,
10 out of 10.
Amazing.
And then he just, I'm stunned and now I'm recovering from that. He just, no, but there are always casualties. There are sacrifices to make in order to get to the utopia, the one land that is free under that one flag.
Are we all free, or are only firebenders free? Is only Fire Nation free?
I don't know. I don't know.
Roshi. Make a check to see if you notice a very small detail.
Ooh.
I got a 2.
The earthbending warriors that had just come in, Song and their associates are treating 3 of them, but the 4th seems pretty uninjured. Looks like they were just here to, carry and help people in. Wearing a sort of earthbending officer's uniform, one that you recognize and know well. But you notice the bars on the collar that indicate rank are normally oval shaped, with rounded edges. His are rectangles.
Would I know, like, that's out of place? Like, I wouldn't have seen that anywhere, or is that something?
Yeah, that's not normal. You've never seen that before.
Okay. I would, Yeah, I would, go up to him then, and, since Dai Li are sort of like special operatives, I mean, they're not like highest level rank or whatever, but I feel like, I'm at least peer level or higher rank than this guy. So I would, go up to him and say, "You there? What's your name?"
Yes, sir. Bai Chen.
Bai Chen. And who do you report to?
I report to Jet Li, sir.
And where is this Jet Li now? What are you doing here? What are your orders?
I'm sorry, sir. My officer and I got separated.
Can I make a check to see if he's like bullshitting me?
Absolutely.
Awesome.
Would I recognize this person?
I'll make my
No.
check real quick.
Okay.
I got another 2.
The Earth Kingdom army is quite large. Like, the Earth Kingdom and Ba Sing Se alone is huge. There's no way that you could memorize the names of every single officer. But Jet Li is not a typical Earth Nation, your Earth Kingdom name. That is closer to Fire Nation.
It's a famous Fire Nation actor that has since retired. Yeah.
Yeah, Song thinks he's okay.
He was in
but
plays. He was in plays.
Yeah, like I think the vibe is good. It's just kind of like Song hates to say, but B tier, and as terms of bossing say cinema.
I think I'm gonna be readying an attack on this guy. Attempt to immediately just neutralize him as quick as possible.
Are you initiating the attack?
Yes.
Nice.
I am not falling for this bullshit. He's blowing smoke up my ass, and I'm gonna try and detain him.
Not in the fun way either.
I need everyone to please roll a reaction check, which is how we start combat.
Go.
I will ask for them in order in just a second.
What do we roll?
D10s, I think.
Depends on your character sheet, just like every other thing.
10 is
there
the
are
default.
things that can give you 10 is the default though. Yeah. The one thing that could give you a bonus to this is fast reflexes.
No.
All
Pretty
right.
quick frying pan, but
D8.
Okay. Did anybody get a 1? 2, 3, 4.
That's a me.
Blue 10 with a 4. 5.
I got a 5.
Nice.
6. 7.
Laya.
8.
Song.
Oh my gosh.
And Emmy, what'd you get?
1.
What?
Alright, I just found the D10.
Nice.
Oh,
Right on.
That's
alright.
that's what I was like searching through the bag, was like trying to find the D10 'cause I had everything else but the D10.
That's such an Emmy moment. Just
She was the
casually
least
slipping
ready,
to the
but she
front
was
of it.
also the most ready.
She's
Yeah.
already just standing right there looking at both Roshi and Jet Li's underling.
I just want to be behind him and just ping him with the frying pan.
And you are literally right up next to this confrontation, and you see Roshi go to attack.
Okay. I'm gonna use my cast iron skillet.
Nice.
How tall is this man?
About 5'9", 5'10".
Okay, so she's probably like 6 or 7 inches shorter than him. Okay, yeah, so try and just do a little quick conk.
It's perfect for bonking, because then
Yeah.
when you bring it down, you're already at the head.
It's like a tennis serve. Yeah, you want to get at
Yeah.
the apex, right?
Exactly. Perfect.
Cast iron bonk.
Cast iron bonk.
Yeah.
You cast Iron Bonk.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's a 0 MP spell. It's very useful.
So good. Oh my gosh.
Look at what you can do with sagas.
Yeah.
I'm gonna post a link. Everybody get it. Oh, also, I want to remind all of our viewers that we are still raising money for the Trevor Project. So if you are willing and able, please click the donate button. It's on the screen somewhere. I have the dashboard up, so I don't know, but it's there. Saw it earlier.
Bottom right,
and
big
if you,
and purple.
there you go. And if you can't donate, what's even better is telling other people to come here, and it's absolutely free. So get people to join the stream and help us raise money.
Pile on. All right, Emmy,
Yes.
what did you roll for an attack?
I'm so sorry. I'm dyslexic, so I can't remember. Attack is a D12, yes.
A D12 would be if you are attacking without a weapon, but for you, this frying pan is definitely a weapon.
Yeah,
Devan, did you upload your character sheet? You did. Never mind. I found it.
good.
You should have an equipment for the frying pan, right?
I just did medium weapon, so it didn't say anything
Perfect.
about.
But you don't have like melee weapon training or anything?
No.
All right,
No.
then it would be a D10.
Cool.
Oh, luckily I found one. 3.
That's a hit. You
Nice!
deal 1 point of damage as.
Yeah.
Wait, hold on. Question: who are you attacking? The
Oh, yeah.
Roshi who is moving to attack, or this sus Earth Kingdom officer?
I'm gonna trust that Roshi knows things, like knows what he's thinking basically, or like what he noticed. So I'm gonna hit the Jet Li guy.
Okay. You hit
So
the
good.
spy. You deal 1 point of damage. And are you gonna stay right there, or you want to move away
I would
while
like
this fight
to.
breaks out?
Yeah, I'm gonna move away just so everyone.
Just clunk and then walks away. I love it so fucking much.
Not on my land.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, knock it off. So good.
Bad llama.
Uh,
All right, Lieutenant.
okay. I think. So hearing Jet Li, I think that's when my first, like, spidey senses go off, and I see that Roshi is making a move towards them, and I'm looking towards the other Fire Nation soldiers to see what they're doing.
The ones that can get up, which is not many of them, are moving to protect you.
I see. I'm just gonna put my hand out and just say, stay there. And then I'm just gonna stay back.
Are you covered in glass bulbs on your back? Are you still cupped?
Yeah.
Cool.
Amazing. Love that.
There's a great kill scene in The Protector of a gangster who's cupped. So Tony Jaa kicks him real hard. That's good.
As a reminder, attacking is not the only thing you can do with your turn. You could also brace or encourage or move again. Bracing essentially means that if you get attacked, it takes away from your effort instead of your health.
I think Liu 10 is still in that mode of I don't know what to think, so I'm just not gonna do anything. I'm gonna see how this plays out. So I am just gonna hold everybody, all of the Fire Nation soldiers. Fire Nation soldiers. God, that's such a tongue twister. Fire Nation soldiers. Anyways, I'm gonna tell them. I'm gonna tell them to hold and stand down, and I'm just gonna stay back, and that's what I'm gonna do.
All right. Next up is the spy. After getting conked on the head with the frying pan, he shakes his head for a moment, sees your fingers, Roshi, moving up to attack him. He ducks underneath your arm, and in 3 brisk steps, he is right in front of you, Liu 10, with a dagger.
Okay.
And he whispers in your ear, "For the Fire Lord," and stabs you.
Can I interject before he does that?
Yeah.
All right.
So I can disrupt. As my action, spend 2 effort to attempt to prevent another creature's action. Make a check or contested check against the creature that caused the effect. The GM determines which effects can be disrupted and which can't. This does not require an action and can be done at any time.
I can also do that without using a check with power deflection because this is a melee attack. I'm totally down to let you do it.
And I can also do it at mid-range, and since I have 5 ranks in this, I can do it at mid-range, and it only costs 1 effort. So I'm going to, if you allow it, shoot out some stone darts and attempt to hit him in pressure points and essentially like paralyze his legs so he would either trip or, just be disabled for the turn.
I'm looking up the exact wording because this is very important. This is a contested check.
Okay.
It is a check because he's using a monster stat block. So it is just a roll for you. You need a 5 or lower.
All right. Rolling a
Got
D10.
it.
You have this at rank 5. It's a D10 for you, yeah.
Perfect. That's a
Got
2.
50% chance. Nice. Let's go.
Where
all
it's
the
not weighted. It's not. It's just a normal D10. It's metal.
It's weighted, but evenly.
As the spy whispers this, you shoot out a couple of your stone fingertips, and they hit him in exactly the right pressure points, blocking his chi, essentially. and his arm goes limp, and he just drops the dagger. That is his turn. And Roshi, you're next.
Oh yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I think with this guy, I am just mostly concerned about incapacitating him rather than restraining him. So I'm gonna try and knock him out. I'm gonna go with just an unarmed attack. And
All right.
I have martial arts at rank 3, which attacks my appendages may use a D8. Okay. Ooh, that's a 7.
A 7 is not going to hit. As you swing towards this guy, he ducks underneath, his arm still limp. That is your turn. Next up is Laya.
Laya's gonna try to capitalize on the weakness and attack him. So what she is going to do, she is going to fully remove the top of her barrel. A rush of water is going to swirl around her back and over her head, and as it comes over her head, it turns to ice, and she wants to bring it down on this guy to try and force him to the ground, pinning him underneath it. So this would I'd like this to be a control water ice attack.
Absolutely.
So I will roll a d8 for this because of my rank 4 control water. Ooh, rolled very badly, unfortunately. That is an 8.
Damn.
As he's already low to the ground in almost like a 3-point landing, having ducked under Roshi's fist, he sees this giant block of ice coming to smash him into the ground, and he rolls out of the way, and the ice just shatters into a million pieces on the rock below. Immediately, it goes back into water, and you bend it back into your barrel, ready to use it again.
Yep, and I shout, "Move!" to everybody in the tent to try and make sure that there's no patients caught in the crossfire.
Song.
Song has not paid attention to this accosting at all. Song is applying fish skin to a burn victim. So this is inconsequential. However, Song does spend a very small amount of time to look over his shoulder. And he looks to Lieutenant. And he says, "Destiny is a funny thing. You never know how things are going to work out. But keep in mind, if you have an open heart, you will find your own destiny someday." I'm going to spend one effort to encourage Lieutenant.
So how encourage works is you give some of your effort to that other person. I believe, Lieutenant, your effort is full right now, though.
Yes.
Oh, you haven't
Currently
used any
it is.
yet? Oh, coward move, in my opinion.
You know,
Nobody's used it.
I'll use it this time so that next round
Roshi
Okay,
did.
so
Roshi
instead-
did use efforts.
I feel
Okay,
inspired
right.
by it.
Okay, so rewind. Lieutenant, Song looks to the other shoulder where Laya is, and says, "Mind, breathe, execute." And I'm going to give you one effort.
Execute. My second favorite E word, besides eggs.
Eggs.
We were all wondering.
Yep.
I got this
Immediately
huge with something.
100%. We were going to do like a rave scene where like Laya is like on E.
I'm just imagining Gaston now eating 5 dozen eggs.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh, basically.
Yeah.
So you gave me one
Amazing.
additional effort point to what I already have.
You get
Unless
to.
you're
So
at
I'm gonna
maximum.
spend an
I
effort
am
to
at
give you an
maximum
effort.
is the thing.
Oh,
So I don't know if I can go above max. You're so
You can't.
helpful, but we haven't
You
done
could give
much
it back
yet.
to me. I'm the only
No,
one
okay,
that's
no.
spent the
I-
effort.
Oh, I could give it to you, but I don't know about that. You're
I am you don't have to like me.
He's a wild card.
I'm gonna spend
So
it
good.
instead as a combo. So Laya, I'm gonna give you that. I spend 1 effort instead of 2, and I'm gonna give you 1 additional, I think, damage or die.
Great.
I forget.
Right. A combo is an extra damage.
Extra damage. So if you hit this one, I'll give you the extra damage on that.
All right. We'll try to wrap before then, but we'll happily help clinch it.
You don't, actually with combos, that's not an action. You don't need to spend an action to do that. You just do that when someone declares they're going to attack.
No kidding.
Okay, so then you could just add it at that point. That's cool.
Like,
That's really
immediately. Everyone can just immediately pile on because they stack and
That's
do
cool.
some
Sick.
epic final blow.
cool.
Okay, cool.
Find something else, Steve. Find something else.
I don't really want to attack this like spy. I think this is like super inconsequential and honestly just more of annoyance. I spend all of my time focusing on my patient. My turn is over.
Also, with like a
Amazing.
Hippocratic oath, I imagine anyone in your tent you can't really morally harm unless if they cause you harm or your patients, you know. Which I
Yeah,
guess-
yeah.
And nobody's
I didn't
actually
take.
caused a patient harm yet. Nobody's lost any health.
Yeah.
Well,
Right.
aside
Except
from
for
Emmy,
him.
who did clong him on the head with a pan.
Right.
Yeah.
So you can attack Emmy if, according to your oath. But
Yeah.
that's it.
You know what? I direct all my fury and fervor towards Emmy. No, I'm.
But
kidding.
he's not a patient of yours.
At you.
Yeah, I skipped my turn.
All right. Actually, I'm gonna have
Join
you
the club.
do a make a check to heal the burn victim.
Cool.
There you go.
Paramedic usually costs 1 effort. Or sorry, 2 effort actually. What kind of check is it to heal if I don't use paramedic? Just like regular D10?
In this case, this is only like a superficial wound. There's no actual status effect on this guy. You're just healing a burn that doesn't really hinder him. It just hurts.
Gotcha. Yeah.
So you can just make a check.
Okay. I'm gonna do a D10. I got a 5.
They're distracting, and it's
Yeah.
the worst. You get only 1, like, you usually work faster than this, but with the fire and the bangs and the shouts, it's very annoying.
So as Song applies like a fish skin to it, and notice that it's misaligned in a spot with mist. Song takes a deep breath and says, "Laya," and then tries to correct the work here.
All right. That's the bottom of the round. And something happens. You're used to the thundering booms of rocks hitting the outside of the wall. This deafening explosion is different. The entire ground shakes so much you nearly lose your balance, all of you. The center pole of the tent comes loose, and you are all covered in canvas, just restrained there in the spot. And I need everybody to make an avoid check.
Yep.
This isn't avoid powers wouldn't be relevant here, would it?
No, this would be a ranged attack, essentially.
Alright.
The difficulty is 3.
What does effort do again? I just get to. Can I? Again?
There are several things you can do with effort. On your own check, you can spend 3 effort to boost and add 1 die to any check you make. It doesn't require an action. You can spend 2 effort to help, which does the exact same thing for an ally. You can spend 2 effort to combo, which does the same thing for an ally, except it's damage, and 1 extra damage, not 1 extra die. And you can spend it to encourage, like Steve was trying to do earlier.
Yeah. I'm gonna spend 3 to add a die to this roll, because I rolled an 8. So then redo that. 4. What did you say was a pass? Shit.
3.
Well, hell. That's fine.
All right. Who else got higher than a 3?
I got a 9.
Yeah, you know.
I don't think I'm gonna blow effort since I've already spent a little, and I don't want to burn out in this first bit.
Well, when you fail
Remember-
something, you get another one back, right?
When you fail, you get an effort back.
Every single time you fail a check, whether that's an attack roll, an avoid from an attack against you, or just a normal check, you'll get 1 point of effort back.
So then I will get an effort back for failing this.
Yes,
Yep.
And
exactly.
didn't. Never mind.
Okay.
Yeah,
I think,
you failed when you
those
attacked
of
me.
you-
That's what it was. I knew you failed at one other thing. You failed when you attacked me too, so you would get another one back.
Oh, well, I'm at full then. So yeah, I guess I can spend a. Sure, why not? I'll take 3 and try and get out of this.
Oh, you know what?
Go
I
ahead
think I
and
just broke the
Do
game.
that boost.
I got an 8.
I think I just broke the game. I'm gonna attack you and then like fail, and then I get an effort back, and then just keep until
So
you
really
totally legit.
accidentally hit.
It's a super bad strategy.
Broke the game.
Broken.
Can we
Your
just both help
character's
each
broken.
other and then only spend 2 effort?
Yes, absolutely. That happens all the time.
Yeah.
Cool.
But there's no way Roshi and Lu Ten are about to help each other.
No.
No,
right.
no. we do like the dap or whatever. We like, yeah, let's get this.
Yeah, the predator
Yeah.
handshake.
Yeah, exactly.
Absolutely. It's some of my favorite stuff that has happened in Sagas is 2 people helping each other when like a monster attacks them both. It's amazing.
Yeah, no, I think I'll just take that fail.
All right. So those of you that rolled higher than a 3, you take 2 damage.
Yeah, I figured it was gonna be a
As-
big one.
Rocks from the wall come crashing down onto this tent,
Yeah.
pinning all of you to the ground.
So, sorry, I can negate damage of 1 attack, 2 effort, all melee targets around me. Is this a moment when I can protect my compatriots here? I don't know if I'm close enough to...
You're close enough to me. You're like right in front of me because he came up to me and you're right in front of me.
But it's the falling rock,
So-
right?
So what's happening is rock is falling from the now broken outer wall. You cannot see this coming.
Fair.
Yeah.
You're going to need a killer reaction time in order to get this up. I will ask you to make for free a reaction check, but you need a 1.
We'll give it a shot, and we didn't, so we move on. Darn. I
Can
dodged,
I
but no,
help
but
in
other people don't.
this case?
Yeah,
Can I?
you
I
can
can't-
help.
I'm gonna help you. So I'm
To
gonna
try
use
and
my
get a
last
1?
2.
How are you helping?
I am going to, at the sound of the explosion, I'm going to walk around, and I imagine that I'm just like, as I'm looking towards what the fuck is happening, I kind of like bump into Laya, and I imagine that since I'm so close, whatever they get, I'm also gonna get. So I'm just kind of like moving out of the way, just kind of trying to dodge whatever the fuck is coming in here. Yeah, I mean, I don't know how to help outside of just bumping into you and then, like, somehow we get out of the path of one of these giant rocks, but...
You're helping Laya's reaction time to know what's coming.
There we go.
The thing that tips you off, Laya, is Lu Ten immediately covers his head.
So I think that there's something coming up. It's
From
still
above.
not a 1, unfortunately. I'm
Oh.
That's all right. That's all right. All right, I will take
So
that
these
2 damage
rocks crush this tent entirely. The air is filled with dust. All of you are choking and coughing and pinned to the ground. I need everybody now to make a check to get out of this tent. And this check is going to determine the new turn order.
Would the big trait affect this? I cannot be forcibly moved by anything smaller than me. I don't know how pinned I would be.
I'm gonna say your difficulty is. No, this isn't a difficulty thing.
Advantage on
Yeah.
this roll.
Rule of cool, you get 1 extra die.
Thank you. Needed that.
Right, I don't think I
All
have
right.
anything, so I'm just gonna roll a d10. That's an 8.
All right, 1.
That's song.
Nice. 2.
Oh, are we rolling another combat initiative? Sorry.
Kind of. This isn't an initiative. This is a check to get out from under this tent and rocks.
Ah, okay.
Sorry, Bima was freaking out.
2, 3, 4, 5.
Laya.
Okay.
I'm gonna spend another 3 effort to try again because I rolled a 9.
All right.
Okay, there's a 4.
Okay. More than
Okay.
5.
6, 7,
Oh, no.
Come on.
8.
Emmy,
Oh,
Lieutenant.
Okay, Emmy and Lieutenant together. Okay, Song, you are first to emerge, and you can see your tent is just destroyed. It is completely covered in rocks. You can tell that people are underneath it and trying to move, but you can also see some not moving.
So I'm going to try. Oh God. Okay. We're like on a pretty remote farm, or is it like
it's right
a
by the.
rural village?
Yeah, it's essentially a farm that
Okay.
hasn't been planted in a year.
I got a bad back.
Yeah. No, screw it. I find one of the NPCs who's like not moving, and I'm gonna paramedic this. I'm gonna try to reduce a wound by 1 here and try to save a life. So I'll spend 2 effort, and I'm gonna try to save just the nearest person who's not moving.
Okay, you see one hand sticking out of where the tent flap would normally be, and you pull them out, and you can see they are still taking shallow, very shallow breaths. Go ahead and try to stabilize them.
Got a
no, this
1.
is just you automatically.
You assign a
But-
difficulty based on the wound being healed.
It doesn't matter. With a 1, you immediately notice his lung has been punctured and is filling with blood, and you've healed this many times before being a combat medic. This is not the first person you've saved from this injury.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I find the surgery that's required as a paramedic, and I place the incision in the trachea, and I insert a small tube into it, and now they can breathe again.
Perfect. Now a little bit of bamboo sticking out of their neck, allowing them that air passage. Okay, that's your turn. Roshi, you're next to emerge from the tent. The dust is everywhere. You can barely see your hand in front of your face.
Muted.
Oh, muted.
I said, oh yeah, I'm also super fucked up. I have 1 health. I'm probably just gonna like take an assessment of like what's going on. Like obviously there's a hole that's been broken through the wall, or like is it just pure pandemonium, or do I see any new foes or anything like that?
Right away, immediately, no. But you can make a check to try to figure out more.
I'll make a check. 10.
Your ears are still ringing from the explosion, and the dust is preventing any visual contact.
Bop, bop,
That's fair.
bop.
Yeah, I am going to try and find Lieutenant then, because as my prisoner, I need to, keep tabs on him.
Yep. Laya, you're next.
My priority here is keeping Song as safe as possible. So I would like to wrench the rock off of my back. Actually, hold on. Lieutenant is still restrained, right?
Restrained, missing. You don't see him.
I don't see him. Okay.
No.
I see that Song has emerged and is okay. I would love to use my action to create a little ice discus above his head to try and shield him from smaller falling rocks. And I don't know if you'll allow me to do this. I want to take my move to just run around and look for Lieutenant. I don't know if that's a double action situation.
You are not able to find Lieutenant and create that disc.
Okay.
Actually, you know what? Yes, you would be able to do that. We can flavor the creating the disc as a help for any future avoid checks or something like that, but that'll cost effort.
I don't mind expending effort. I will absolutely use an effort to try and create an icy little floating, small, preparing to be barrier situation around Song. I will expend an effort to do so, and I will look for Lieutenant. I rolled a 6.
You don't have to spend the effort yet, not until Song has to
I
dodge
see.
something.
Okay. And I rolled a 6 to look for Lieutenant, so I think I'm just looking for him. In the chaos of everything, I'm imagining Song's drive to protect the patients, but I don't see Lieutenant anywhere. I have to hold myself back from swearing, just in case we're under attack and somebody hears us.
I'll spend my
Okay.
last effort to help Laya here.
Last effort. There's a 1.
How do you help Laya look for Lieutenant?
Song sees Laya panicking. They're just searching around, digging up rocks using water bedding to pulverize through the rubble. And Song says, Laya, mind, breathe, execute.
Laya inhales, closes her eyes, gets the very rare sense of sensing presence of water to pick up on where Lieutenant is. She rolled a 1, so she is going to barrel over to where he is and in part prepare to help him up and also just shield him by arching her back, standing over his body. And she's just going to say, "The doctor's not done curing you yet, and as his assistant, I can't let you perish."
Also, I hate to add salt to the injury, but your back is covered in broken glass now, which sucks. Not prescribed.
Yeah, probably not.
Lieutenant
Just adding
and
to all
Emmy.
of the other small cuts that are all over him from the small rocks and shit. So since I'm now found, I'm going to be getting up and I'm trying to find that assassin.
Now he wants to fight.
Oh yeah. Use your action to search for the assassin.
All right. So searching, I think, would probably just be a regular. Yeah. Cool. All right, D10. I got a 0.
So 10.
That is the worst you could possibly roll.
No, it's a 0. It's the lowest.
Ooh.
Cool.
You are looking around, but just like Roshi, your ears are still ringing. The dust is preventing any sort of visual contact, and you have no idea where the threat is. Emmy, what are you doing?
So as soon as I get out from underneath the tent, I'm just dusting myself off. I'm very irritated at this point because that just broke my favorite serving plate. And so I'm also going to do the same thing because that was my thought, was look for the assassin.
Okay.
Because she's not very happy right now. I got a 7.
Same thing. There is no way to find an assassin in the aftermath of an explosion and a crumbling wall. You can still hear the rocks and stone cascading in the distance. The wall is not that far away. You were only like 100 feet away from the base. But Emmy, with that, you can hear the sounds of shouting, a war cry from where that explosion originated.
Not a good time to stay here. I'm gonna take inventory of like who I can see. So we got Lutan, we got Roshi, down the line. And I'll make sure to say it loud enough because we're like pretty much right there. Like it's right in vision, right? So we don't really have to be quiet because there's a hole.
It's also fucking loud as shit right now, too.
Yeah. Bop, bop.
Emmy, as Song pulls out this one body and gets them breathing again, Song looks towards Emmy, and I think it's a very complex feel. And I think Song might say, we have to leave everyone. We can't save them. No. And it's almost like a statement, but also a question.
That's right, little one. We've got to go.
Yeah. I think Song's face has the full spectrum of like the pain and trauma and guilt and shame of it all. And Song just gives all that to you in full. And then proceeds with the plan.
Move.
Lieutenant, please make an avoid check.
Yep. Good thing I'm good at those, so.
It's not going to be a 0.
It's a 4.
As you are searching around frantically, Laya, you are staring at Lieutenant, looking around, making sure that he is safe. He is up on his feet. He is more injured. You can see the glass shards sticking out of his back. And as he turns, Lieutenant turns to face you. You see a shadow come from out of the dust behind him. 2 arms reach across and Lieutenant, you take 2 damage.
Power deflection, I'm right next to him.
This is, how much effort?
2 effort. Negate damage of 1 attack within melee range.
All right. What does this look like?
A knife comes towards Luten's throat. Without much time to react, a ring of water surrounds your neck, becomes ice so that the knife tinks off.
That's so
Fuck
fucking
yeah.
cool.
Shit.
And you see the assassin right behind Lieutenant. Fuck! It is Song's turn.
I'm so distraught. I don't know what to do. I'm going to... So who's still trapped under the rubble?
Everyone except the party members and the assassin and the one guy you saved.
Everyone but the party member. Okay. Oh, God. Okay.
So there's like a dozen people under there.
And as far as like our party goes, like Laya is up, Emmy is up. Is Roshi up?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm up.
And Lieutenant is up. It's just the assassin.
Mm-hmm.
I have spent effort now.
You have spent effort.
Oh, and I failed that. Oh, and I failed the... Look.
I think Song's just gonna try to punch him in the face.
Nice.
Ooh.
With the
Get
assassin?
it,
Comes
Doctor.
around
Yeah.
with a fucking haymaker.
Song with
All
no
right.
training, no formal training, nothing here. The shame and the guilt of just everyone's going to die now. And I know scientifically that this death they have is horrifying. This is not quick. The people under my feet right now, who I can't save, they will suffer. And it all manifests into this one fist that's not even correctly formed, just into the face. And whether or not it happens, the effort must be expended. I'm going to attack.
Yep.
All right. That is an attack without a weapon and without martial arts training, so it's a D12 for you.
You got it.
Oof.
It's a 1.
Let's fucking go. I'm gonna combo. Can I combo?
No, you have to declare a combo before you know it's a success.
Oh, okay. Damn. All right. So then I would use even if we failed. Got it. Okay, that makes sense. Sounds good.
But this fist comes out of nowhere, and a 1 is a crit, so it does an extra damage anyway.
Hell yeah.
And as it, actually, you know what? You go ahead, Steve.
So Song is just like climbing up and just like clawing up and just like face red with both effort from just having a low constitution, but also just this extremely toxic cocktail of shame and guilt and rage. And Song lets out a cry. And Laya, you've heard this maybe once before. Song generally keeps that emotion like pretty much in check. But there is something that is contained within, something that goes it back so far, and this whole mess of things has just released that pain, and all that pain comes into just a yell and a punch and just a crack as a untrained fist with the full force of fury hits that assassin in the jaw.
I imagine that you're also like running towards, because Laya's in front of you, I'm in front of Laya. You're just rushing towards, and your punch is coming towards me, and I just duck out of the way and then fucking right into their face.
Yep. No bending, purely just a human.
Hell yeah.
A human in the
know-
sublime sense.
You know the human body very well, and you know exactly where you snap his jaw as your fist collides.
Yes.
Roshi,
Like-
you're up.
He's still standing, I assume, the assassin.
Oh yeah, he's still standing.
Oh,
His jaw is like loose, but he still has that death glare.
So, is there still a lot of like dust and fog of
Yes.
war essentially? I want to sort of with a little bit of my earthbending power, sneak and like kind of condense some of it around me as like an obstructed view.
let's go.
Uh,
Sick as hell.
Yeah.
so I use a D8 for sneaking because I have a point in that.
It's fucking sweet.
That is a 3.
You vanish into the descending dust.
Hell yeah. Is that sort of like a sub action or
That is your action.
Okay, that's fine. Cool.
Laya.
I'm gonna attack the assassin with control water, believe it or not.
Nice.
And I do, by the way, just for your HP tracking, have finishing blow. If
Okay.
that becomes relevant. I didn't roll well to hit, unfortunately. That's a 7.
So, oh, sorry, it was a 7. Okay, I was gonna combo. I guess I
You
should.
can still help.
I'm gonna help.
Ooh.
I'm gonna spend 1. Nope, I can't.
Because
Sidekick is only for combo. I only have 1 effort left. So unfortunately, that's all you.
Maybe we save
Ah.
that. Maybe we save that.
We save it.
That's okay. It's okay to miss. I am trying so hard not to hit Song that my usual big swinging several gallons around of water is much more haphazard, and I assume I go wide.
How many ranks of sidekick do you have, Steve?
Oh, good question, but it is just the 2. Oh, so it's 1 to help.
At rank 1, it's 1 to help. At rank 2, it's also only 1 to combo.
So
you
at
can't
rank
help.
1, I help. And
Nice.
to Laya, Song just says, execute.
Execute.
That is a 5 with his assistance.
Dang.
5. That's exactly what you needed.
Take
Guess
it.
what? You do 1 damage, and he has 1 health left. Please
yeah, he
just
does.
read out for us what exactly finishing blow does.
Laya inhales and repeats what Song said. Execute. This is not a big, vicious, brutish swing of water. This is a surgical vine of water that flies towards the assassin. He might move to dodge, but it swings around because my target is not his face or his neck, it's his ear. And this water, you see it turn to ice as it enters the side of his head.
Ooh.
Blood comes out the other side of his ear, and with Song's guidance, he passes away instantly and painlessly.
Hell yeah.
The assassin falls to the ground, unmoving, eyes open and unseeing.
As that happens, Lu 10 is just going to get down and start beating the shit out of this body. Fire erupting around him and just yelling out, not even like in any words or anything, just screaming, and like he's releasing all of this stress and tension that he has held for his entire life. Now this veil has been lifted. He was about to be assassinated, and he is just letting that all loose on this body. Just every single punch is just years and years of being taught that everyone else needs us to go and take control of the world, that we are the saviors of the world, when in reality we're the villains. And so as he continues to punch, the body becomes charred, and then he finally just falls back down onto the ground, and you just see him sobbing.
The sharp intakes of your own breath, Lieutenant, resonate. But they continue. And you look down and they're coming from the body. In your fury, you burned a hole in his fake uniform and revealed a pouch of explosives that lit.
Everybody get out!
And we are going to take a break right there.
Oh, shit.
Fuck. All right, well, we will be back here pretty soon. Don't leave. It's going to be fucking great. We'll see you all in 10, 15 minutes. I'm not sure. Soon. See you all soon.
B.
Hi, everybody. Welcome back to the SAGAS one-shot avatar. It's great. My screen had the Twitch thing open in front of me, and that just completely got my ADHD off of what I was saying. Anyways, welcome back, everybody. We're going to continue the story. Take it away, Dennis.
As the explosion rings out, the screen goes white, and I need everybody to make an avoid check.
All right.
So I do want to ask, I have low stamina. Song has low stamina. Is this a long period of time in your opinion, or is it not? I've been basically doing my job since breakfast.
Yes.
Okay, I'll use a D12 then.
Ooh.
It's
I'm
not
gonna
avoid
use
powers.
3 effort. Actually, I will wait and see if I need to help anybody.
Yeah, I rolled a 9 and did not
Cool.
do well.
Ooh.
And I don't have any effort.
In this instance, with everything passing by very quickly, Lu-Ten said, "Everybody get away." And as he's turning to run, Roshi is right there. Oh, wait, no, you're hidden, aren't you?
I mean,
Shit.
yeah, I mean, I don't know how close I would have even been to the explosion anyway,
Can-
but yeah.
You don't have to do this, but could you explosion bend? No one ever has ever explosion bended.
Oh.
Except for
Ever.
Spark-
That would be
Spark
cool.
Duel,
Oh, wait, I am avoiding fire, I guess? Oh, well, I guess. Oh, I cannot receive wounds from heat or flames.
Explosions are a little bit more than heat and flame.
Sure, sure. Good point. Good point. I think the first thing I thought of was jumping the fuck away. I think that's what I ended up doing.
Okay.
With Roshi hidden, would I be able to help? Like, in my head, I was like, turn around, Roshi's there, I try to push him away. That would be my help action, or help whatever thing.
I guess that kind of falls on the GM. I mean, I would have assumed that, like, Roshi was approaching anyway as, you know,
With the assassin.
under stealth to, you know, take down the assassin. Obviously, all that unfolded before he could get there. If we want to say that he was, like, coming out of the shadows and then explosions started, we could say that.
I'm going to bend the story here. Yes, you can
Okay.
do this.
Okay. So then I turn around, Roshi is there, and as I'm saying, everybody get away, I just, without even thinking, rush towards and push him out of the way. The first time that I've ever helped an earthbender with anything. Oh, right.
Oh, yeah. I
I'm
would
giving
reroll.
you the help. That's right.
Sure. That is a 4.
It's a lot better. Okay. And then I had... Shit. I had a 6, I think. I believe I did. I can't remember. I think I had a 6. Hard 6.
Hard 6.
Going there.
Who got higher than a 4? A 5 or higher?
We all did. Or no, sorry. David, I think you got a 4, right?
Yeah, I got the 4.
Everybody except Roshi takes 4 damage.
Yep. Yep.
This is not. I'm guessing the explosion is too spontaneous for powered deflection.
Power deflection works with one target.
All melee targets.
All melee targets.
That's right.
So what is actually happening here is there are 2 common explosives going off. Each one of them has a difficulty of 4 and deals 2 damage. You can block one of them.
I will absolutely expend 2 effort to block one of them.
Like 4 damage.
So what does this look like as you block half of this explosion?
Both hands out, wave of water like a thin sheet just to absorb some of the blast. There's not too much time for anything else. If possible, I'll wrap the explosive in it and just neutralize that one.
As you create this sheet of water, everything goes almost in slow motion as the water comes across everybody. You can all see through it. It's thin enough. As the explosion goes off, this bright light pulses through the water, and it stretches like a thin film, almost like saran wrap, before it snaps into a million droplets, and the rest of the explosion washes over all of you, except for Roshi, who Lu Ten dove on top of.
And how much damage do we take now with one neutralized?
Everybody takes 2 damage.
Better than 4.
Better.
And remind me what happens when you hit 0.
When you hit 0 health, there are 2 options. This would be on page 8, I believe. You can either fall unconscious, and there's a bunch of rules for that, or you can take your last stand. And last stand means last stand. In order to stay on your feet, you will have to spend effort every turn. You cannot regain any effort, and you cannot be healed. When you end your turn with 0 effort, you die.
I don't think I'm ready to die just yet. So I'm going to fall unconscious, which there are a bunch of rules to, right? And it's on page 8, you said?
I believe so.
Okay, I'll take a look and double check. Man.
If you regain any health, you regain consciousness. You cannot take turns or spend effort. You automatically fail any checks that require movement or senses. You cannot gain effort by failing checks. If you take damage, you lose effort instead of health. If you reach 0 health and 0 effort, you die.
So, since I failed that last one, that's 1.
That is 1.
I had 1 health. I had 2 effort then, which means I am back down to 1 effort.
The attack that brings you down to 0 health does not cause you to lose effort.
Okay, gotcha. All right, so then I am unconscious then. As I fall onto Roshi's body, you just see the glass-shattered back of Lu Ten going against every bit of teachings he's ever known, saving an earth-bending soldier from an explosion that came from one of his soldiers.
The prince and the Dai Li agent lie on the ground, tangled together, as the rest of you, nobody else was dropped to 0, were they?
No, I was dropped heavily to 0. Like, it's a hard 0.
No.
Hard 0 with no real effort. I have 1 effort left. So Song falls unconscious.
Uh-oh.
Can we give him effort?
2 healing devices drop out of Song's inventory here. A mixture of smelling salts, ginseng, sage, and other traditional folkish medicine applique. But Song drops down on death's doorstep.
Your healer is down. The prince of the Fire Nation is down. Laya, Roshi, and Emmy. You slowly and painfully get to your feet. The battle cries of the invading nation grow closer.
Woof. So those healing devices, are those usable by us, or?
Good question.
So healing device.
Check.
Yeah, they heal 1 wound.
I suppose Roshi would look at Laya and say, "You're a student. Can you help them? Do you know how to use these?"
I've only seen it done, but I'll do what I have to. And if I can attempt to use the healing device,
Let's go.
I will prioritize Song. Because you help the doctor. It's like putting on the airplane mask, right? You
Yep.
help.
Help
well,
the baby first.
help the.
Oh,
that
yeah, a little
analogy
song
didn't quite
baby.
work, but yeah, you know what I mean. We're helping the doctor because he can help other people. So how does this healing device work, Steve?
I believe it's a wound check.
Just a wound
Dennis,
check?
correct me if I'm wrong. It's
Remove
a check to
wound.
make, right?
This one-use device can splint broken limbs, treat burns, stitch lacerations, and stop bleeding quickly. You can apply this device to any creature in melee, healing a wound from them entirely. The device remains attached to the target for 1 day and can't be used again.
But it doesn't give you a
Healing a
hit point
wound
back.
is not the same as healing health.
Excellent. So, Steve makes some avatar lore here. Each healing device here is a special kind of like tincture. Inside is contained a very small echo of a spirit from the spirit realm. Typically, someone who has decided that they've, through contract of like means of like their want or not want, but they are bound to heal one person when this tincture is broken. The White Lotus has access to some of these, and Song had 2. I don't know if you know any of that, but I am saying that these contain a contractual effort of a spirit.
Okay. I think Laya not knowing how to get Song up is going to potentially, if Song has explained it, recognize that there are spirits within these bottles, and using a mix of water bending, deep inhaling, and just kind of accessing the tip of spirituality that all bending is drawn from, I think she will attempt to send a message to the spirits and just say, protect the wounded and cause havoc. If that is something that is entirely possible, I would love to make a check for it. Otherwise, I'm just doing good old chest pumping or CPR on Song.
Mm-hmm.
What are you requesting of the spirit?
I will request of the spirit to protect Song.
A little overtime.
Little overtime.
No check is required. You hear a voice in your chest, deep and reverberating.
As is my contract.
Oh, fuck.
Damn, Dennis.
Yeah, did not expect that. That was dope.
You don't see any immediate change.
Okay. But I hear that, and I look to everybody who's up, and I look to Roshi and Emmy, and I say, I will give my life to protect these two. You two, if you can't keep anyone else safe, slow down our attackers.
Yeah, I will. I suppose it would be Emmy's turn.
Yeah, I start cracking knuckles.
Hell yeah, let's go.
Ah!
Yeah. So how far away is the hole in the wall where the army's coming in?
Hunt it.
It was only 100 feet away. The army is about 50 feet away now and running.
Okay. I was going to do. I totally lost it. I'm so sorry. I'm trying to look for Control Earth. There it is. So I'm at a rank 3 with Control Earth, so I can use 10 pounds. But can I do 10 1-pound stones?
Absolutely.
Okay, so that's what I'm gonna do. It also doesn't talk about distance.
I believe it's melee.
It
Yeah,
is
in melee.
So I can't like just pick it up and shoot it out.
Melee is pretty far though. Melee, well, probably not like 50 feet though.
Probably not.
Melee is everything within a zone, and a zone
Oh,
is
that's right, the
15, 20
zone.
feet across.
And then movement is only like, it's not very much.
So
One zone at a time.
One zone at a
Maybe-
time.
Another possibility that I was looking through the handbook or whatever, and there's some mechanics around being undercover. Perhaps you and I together could create like an earth wall to sort of shield the injured and give us some cover as we become sieged by.
I am totally down for that.
Yeah, so I think like a dual earthbending style together. We, some vigorous stomps and forms and raise up a wall of earth to
Yeah.
create a barricade for us all.
Yeah, I
Here's
like
how I'm
that a
going
lot.
to put this into mechanics. Roshi, how much effort do you have?
2.
You're going to have to spend both of those to help Emmy with her check to create this wall.
Sure. I will do that.
Okay. Two.
Nice.
Amazing. As you stomp into the ground together, this half dome rises around you, interposing itself between you and the approaching army. It's a very common earthbending soldier strategy to create a dome that will deflect incoming projectiles.
Yeah. Not too shabby for an 87-year-old woman, huh?
You don't look a day over 60.
I like you.
And
Or you would
Roshi,
if Song was conscious.
Roshi looks at Emmy and
Okay,
says,
details.
Roshi looks at Emmy and says, if we make it out of this alive, would you please teach me the pan technique?
The pan technique. I love
Yeah.
it so much.
I will. I'll even teach you the recipe.
He bows to Emmy and her wisdom.
As the Dai Li agent bows to the Midwestern earthbender. Roshi, it's your turn.
Do I have any mechanics to aid in healing these guys, or are we kind of
Outside
SOL
of
there and
effort.
it's just time to fight?
Oh
Not
yeah,
an
effort.
too.
He used it all.
At one point when can we give effort?
Whenever
When someone else makes a check.
Oh, okay. Well, check something, Julie.
I've got checks to spare once
Okay.
it's my turn.
Well, I've got a common explosive. I think I'm just gonna whip an explosive at the incoming army. Light it with a flint and steel, and lob
Hell
it
yeah,
over
let's
the
go.
wall. Alright, let's do
Okay.
the 10.
Yep. I'm requiring a check to throw it just to make sure you actually get it all the way to the army.
Okay. Rolled a 5.
That's enough. 50 feet is a long ways, but with your, what you do is you take your Dai Li rock gloves and you use that to help your throw.
like shot put
Dope.
Yeah.
Dope.
Yeah. Shot put it and your hand goes an
Carries
extra
it.
3 feet.
Yeah. That's awesome.
Javelin hammer throw.
Perfect.
And as it disappears into the dust, but you hear an explosion and shouts of "Ah!"
Nice.
Nice throw, yeah.
All right, now it's Laya's turn.
All right. Well, with my limited amount of healing done, it's clobbering time. So I was generously allowed by our GM to reflavor a rifle as my ranged waterbending. So I am going to now take the barrel off of my back, slam it to the ground, take the spigot out of it, hold it like it's a floor-mounted gun, and just fire a two-handed long-range attack at the approaching army.
Yes, go ahead and make your attack roll.
That is a 4 to hit.
You see, it's still difficult to see through this dust, but it is continuing to settle. Visibility is improving, and you see a shadow of one firebender just get launched upwards and backwards, like at least 50 feet away.
I'm gonna shout to them, "There's more where that came from! You can't make a hole in our wall! There is no door in Ba Sing Se!"
I spit in your general direction.
Emmy.
Yes, sorry. I was proud of myself for that. How far are they still? 50 feet? Or, sorry.
They are close enough now where you can make out their uniforms. They are now only about a zone away. Mid-range.
Mid-range. Her. Okay. I just really want to throw some dirt. Is there? I don't think that there's anything that I can do for Song or Lieutenant. She's not a very helpful old lady.
We got some tater tots out of this, and I think like the
say-
tater tot value should not be under
Way good.
misstated.
Oh,
Perfect.
if I still
Just
have
to-
a casserole dish, can I just like take globs and just like toss like this casserole at the Fire Nation?
How does this work?
Use them a little
mechanically?
bit? Yeah.
Well, this is an attack with something that isn't a weapon, so D12.
Oh my god, the Saga system has this covered.
Perfect.
Yep.
Pretty, yeah, obviously.
Pretty cool. I should check out the system.
3.
A
You
3
should too.
hits
There's
and
a
does
link.
damage.
Hell yeah, let's go.
It was the bottom of the casserole dish where it's all burnt, you know.
They
They're
they
burnt
choke
and
on it.
like rock hard.
Yeah.
So as you lob this with your spoon as hard as you can, it hits one guy right in the face, poof, and he just falls to the ground.
Take that. And yeah, I mean, can't do a whole lot.
No.
Please, you're doing plenty.
You see the invading force now swarm over your position. They're not even shooting at this rock wall. They're just ignoring it. And as each one, as they come around the bend, they shoot one fist of fire into this space behind your defenses. Everybody please make an avoid check if you're still standing. Those
Is
of
this
you that are not still standing, you lose 1 health. You take 1 damage from this.
Is this avoid powers?
Yes.
Okay. I will roll a d8 instead, thanks to my magical armor, which is reflavored as more waterbending.
Woo!
Still rolled bad.
The difficulty
You're muted,
is
my love.
the difficulty is 6.
I got an 8.
Great.
Anybody succeed?
I did. I got 2.
All right. So the 85-year-old lady is the only one that avoids the barrage
Fucking damn right.
of firebending that comes down. Now I need everybody to make that check again, because this is way more than just 1 attack.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. I
Oh,
didn't miss this
I'm
one.
already at
Lieutenant.
0
That's
if
a
I
one.
took 1 harm from that first one.
Are you doing a last stand, or are you falling unconscious?
Oh, I'm gonna take a last stand for sure.
Hell yeah, let's go.
We'll get to
Yeah,
that in a
let's go.
second.
Last stand.
Okay.
Emmy and Laya.
I think this is 7. 7.
Emmy, you take 1 damage.
Other one.
Laya, you take no damage.
Yep,
7.
There you go.
Blue
I
10
still
and
got
Song, you automatically take another damage.
Already at 0. It's fine.
I'm out. That is the end
this
of Lu 10.
barrage of fire descends upon all of you. Laya, Emmy, and Roshi all still standing. Song and Lu 10 having the last breaths burnt out of them. I need to see how long the three of you last against this onslaught.
Let's go.
Let's
All right.
go. Let's go.
Rapid fire. Everybody make an attack roll.
Oh, it's okay.
All right. This is still ranged, so I'll roll a d10. 8.
I don't think it's ranged anymore, is it?
This is not ranged anymore.
Oh, it's not ranged? Then sorry, I'll roll a d8 for this. As I swing some ice around.
Also
4.
for
Better.
unarmed attacks.
For Roshi, you are at 0 health. You are in your last stand. You failed a check, so you get 1 effort back.
Okay.
When you go into a last stand, all of your attacks deal 1 extra damage.
Alright.
All of your checks get 1 additional die. You cannot be
Damn.
healed. You must spend 1 effort at the end of each turn. You cannot gain effort. If you take damage, you lose effort instead. When you cannot spend effort at the end of your turn, you die.
Alright, well this is the last hurrah. We're going out swinging.
Let's go.
Yeah, I think I'm just gonna take my gauntlets and earthbend them and split them into as many shards as I can, and like a grenade just seek for head.
Yes.
All
So
the little
sick.
joints going straight out, knocking
Yeah.
down, we'll see how many of
Alright.
these invading Fire Nation soldiers. Did
And
anybody get at or under a 6?
Yes, 2.
4.
2. And Roshi, did you get under 6?
For what? For the
For both of your dice, I'm gonna do a little bit of finagling here. What were each of your dice rolls?
2 and a 4. So.
All right, now everybody please make an avoid check. The difficulty for this is 5.
Fail.
7.
Fail.
Nailed it.
Laya is down. Last stand or unconscious?
I take 3 damage? Shit.
Oh no, sorry. I thought you only had 1 left. You just take
No.
1 damage.
I have a lot of health.
Hell yeah, dude. I'm so fucking stoked. Laya's just gonna go down as like, at the end of Halo Reach where you're like shooting down a bunch of Covenant and then like your helmet falls off and you're like the last one until you finally... Oh, dude, that shit's so good.
I love it,
I-
but also, you could run.
Oh, you don't know me at all, Doctor.
Love it.
But I love you. And
I know.
if you want to play it out, we'll play it out. But I just like, you could run.
See what happens.
We'll see what happens.
Roshi, Laya, Emmy, what were your avoid checks? The difficulty was 5. Did anybody take damage except for Laya?
I took damage, yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
I failed.
I got 7.
Okay. May everybody make another attack roll. And this is how we're
3.
going to keep doing this. Attack,
Yes.
avoid, attack, avoid.
Oh, okay, well I'm already down and out, right? So
Ugh. 6.
You lost your last effort.
yeah, I'm out of effort.
Went
That
out with a
was my big
fucking...
hurrah.
Hell yeah. That's fucking sweet. Let's go out and just
Roshi.
explode.
The Dai agent falls. Emmy, what'd you get?
I got a 6.
That is a success. Avoid, both of you.
Ooh.
4. And
7.
as
Success.
as this is
Fail.
happening, Laya's just shouting as Song said her name, just Song! And the water swirling around her is ice and water becoming a serpent that is slashing through as many
Yes.
swaths of soldiers as possible.
Yes.
Attacks.
2.
Fucking Laya's just
8.
on it.
Avoids.
3.
7.
Emmy, you take another point of damage.
I'm a going down.
Oh no!
Unconscious or
Emmy.
last stand?
Unconscious.
Emmy lives
All right.
to fight another day.
Laya.
Maybe.
Attack.
8. Miss.
Avoid.
5.
Success. Attack.
4.
Avoid.
1.
Attack.
Sorry, I'm holding you up, Dennis. 2.
Attack.
Attack again. Another
Attack again.
2. Jesus Christ.
Hell yeah, let's go. You can take him.
Avoid.
Oh my god, I'm just
the
imagining
Fire
this
Nation
just
army.
like fucking.
them.
Oh, this is so
There we
sick.
go. As it's been punch, water serpent, ice serpent, one after another. That's a 6 to avoid.
That is another point of damage.
Down to 1.
Attack.
2. The serpents merge together to form just a rush of water and ice.
Yes.
Avoid.
And there we go. That is
No.
an 8.
Last stand.
So before you last stand, I think because you're using the Serpents Around song, I think it's reasonable that you'd see song, right?
Mhm.
So I want to go back. Laya and Song, what's like a time that we spent together? Like a moment before this all happened.
I think I showed you the river as we walked along it, which is very precious to me and my people, and I just say we appreciate the river, not because it is the greatest mass of water in the world or anything, but because it moves the world, even in its small places.
You know, apparently my name means river. It means life. It means... I don't know what it means. They're names. It doesn't mean anything. Really. But I mean... if it means something to you, I think that's pretty special.
It means a
But-
lot to me.
It means a lot to me too. You know, if ever we're in a... I want you to know that I'm this person. I'm important. I'm big. I'm huge. I'm basically the best person that ever lived in terms of medicine.
All correct, yes.
And you will never even approach my skill level. But you are the most beautiful soul I've ever seen. You are my river. And I hope that one day other people can see the flow, the life, the movement you bring to me. And if you tell anyone ever I tell you that, I'm gonna kill you. I'm gonna stab you in the heart. I know how to do it. I'm gonna stab you in the heart. You'll die instantly. So never tell anyone. But you should know that.
Lips are sealed.
Okay.
Back to reality.
Oop, there goes gravity.
Thank you.
Yep.
Laya. You look around. You are surrounded by a pile of fallen Fire Nation soldiers.
Hell yeah.
All of them beginning to smolder, pieces of ice stuck into them. You stand there, panting, covered in blood and burns. There's a single soldier left. as the smoke clears, General Iroh walks you down. You can see his still deep black hair framing a receding hairline, a proud top knot on the back of his head. He looks at you, and he looks at his son. Lieutenant! No! He rushes over the body of his only child. Kneels down and clasps Luten's face in his hands. Tears fall onto Luten's cheek and mix with the blood and dirt as they slide off. Tell your people I'm sounding the retreat.
You were merciless, but your soldier boy was brave. Take this feeling inside of you, Firebender, and move like the water. Do not expel your rage. Redirect it. Carry that in your heart. That is what I and the spirits leave upon you.
Hovering just above Song's body, as Laya's voice reaches Iroh's soul, you can see the barest shadow of a dragon, long and winding, curled around Song. Iroh picks up Luten's body. You are wiser beyond your years, child.
When you listen to your heritage and your people, you have all of their years to count on.
Iroh turns and starts walking back towards the hole he blew in Ba Sing Se's wall, carrying the body of his son. After he disappears, you hear on the wind, leaves from the vine, falling so slow. Brave soldier boy comes marching home. Thank you for watching, everybody.
What a perfect end to a perfect story.
Oh my god, literal tears. Oh, fuck.
Good shit, Dennis.
Good shit. Good shit.
Oh,
Good shit, the
God.
rest
Good
of
shit
you.
all
I
around.
did
Very well
nothing.
done.
What are you talking about?
Everybody, that was fantastic. Thank you, everyone, for joining us, and thank you to the people that are watching the recording. Yeah, we're gonna end on that note because that was
Oh,
Perfect. If you want to check out Sagas, please check out the episode description or the chat right now. There's a link there. We'll leave it at that. And find the peoples. You'll have a link. Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.